Morning everyone, on this snowy morning. Morning Sean, you're my first person. I don't think anybody's up this morning. I think they're all scared of the snow. Very slow start today. Oh, a few coming in now. Morning Kerry. Morning. Six people watching now. That's a bit better. Didn't think there was anybody up. I'm the only person that gets up at before 10 o'clock on a Sunday. We've got 8 now. 7. Okay, 7 now. Someone doesn't want to watch. Never mind. Now, I'm just finished off these little roses. I'll show you how to make these in a minute, but I'm just making them look a bit prettier on the tops. Morning Elaine. Lovely snowy day, yes. I know. A lot of snow in Aylesbury today. And Tring, no doubt, as well. Morning, Rosemary. Morning, Mum. No snow in Australia, Kerry. 10 PM there, yeah. Let's wait for a few more. Morning, Karen. Morning, Jill. Very cold day in Lincolnshire, I bet it is. 43 degrees in Australia. Oh, lucky you. Not here. Got snow this morning. Morning, Luke. Morning, Kathleen. Morning. Oh, you're snowing in Ireland as well? Yeah. I know, I think we got it from the, I don't know, I seem to think it was blowing up from the south, wasn't it? So I think that's why we got it. We don't always get it here. We live in the middle of England. Morning, Julie. I'm just finishing off these little flowers, but I'll show you how to do them in a minute. Jill, I'm in from Lincoln. Just wait for a few more and then I'll get started. Really snowy here, yeah. Yeah, I heard London was getting it bad. Yeah, it's really snowing heavily here. I don't know if it's snowing right this minute, but it was snowing just before I came in the workshop. Right, we've got 17 watching now, so we'll get started. So today we're going to do a chocolate, well, I've called it a chocolate box arrangement. Basically, it's I've got a heart-shaped box here with a lid. And all I've done is on the back of the lid, I've put some kebab sticks. Alright, so just make sure you sellotape them on really well. You want it really quite firm. Alright, now because this is actually a box from a Floral Sundries shop, morning Teresa, it comes with a liner because obviously they know we're going to put flowers in it and it's going to get wet. So if you buy them from a proper floristry area, floristry sundries, you'll probably get a liner with it, which is great because it makes my job a little bit easier. So basically this has got a liner. I will be lining it, morning Moira, I will be lining it with cellophane as well because I never trust the liners, but that's just me. Having had problems with them before. So basically we've just put the kebab sticks on the back, sort of pointing down a little bit, about 4 or 5, about 2 or 3 inches at least you need on the bottom just to anchor it. Now because I've got, morning Pat, because I've got the inside liner on this, I'm going to put the sticks down the back of the liner so it gives it a bit more stability. All right. But if you didn't have a liner, then obviously you would just put them into your Oasis. But the only problem is you have to make sure that you put the cellophane in front of the box, otherwise you'll ruin the lid of the box. All right, but I'll show you how to do that as well. So basically, I've just anchored the lid to get the shape at the back, really. Just put it down on the inside of the lining for now. It will be firmer once there's Oasis and everything in here. So then we fill that with Oasis. So you need a piece of Oasis, and you want quite a bit of cellophane to come up the back, covering your heart. You want 2/3 of a block, 2/3 of a brick of Oasis. I don't want to get my box wet. All right, so we've got 2/3, and if you push it right back, it will secure the lid. So push it right back. But just making sure you've got cellophane between the lid and the Oasis, otherwise when you start putting things in here the back of the box will get quite nasty, get quite wet. So we're just going to cut off a bit of the excess here. We don't need all of this. Leave a bit over the edge. You can always cut it off afterwards, but make sure you leave enough at the back. So you've got your Oasis inside your cellophane, and you've got enough cellophane coming halfway up the box. Okay, Pat Golden, morning Pat. All right, from Ireland. Is it snowing in Ireland? It's snowing here in sunny Aylesbury. Sunny, but yeah. Right, and what I'm going to do, the other sort of 1/3 of a brick that I've got left, I'm just going to wedge that at the front, so it keeps all of the Oasis where I put it. Alright, so that just wedges the lid in. Okay, so you've got your box. So I'm trying not to get the box wet. Okay, so you've got your Oasis inside, and I've just wedged another little bit at the front, if you can see. And that will just stop the main Oasis moving, and it will stop the lid from moving. Alright, so you've got your heart shape at an morning Eileen. You've got your lid at a little bit of an angle, jaunty angle, and that's okay. Right, now before we start filling the box, I've made these are the sweeties that we're going to put in, and these are just made, there's loads of information on these on the internet. They're very easy to make, but I'll show you how to make them. What you need are 12.5 centimetre squares of tissue paper, and I've used 3 on each. You need 3, so I just use a complement because I'm using orangey yellow roses. I've used orange, red and pink, which I think are 3 colours that go really well together. So basically all you do, you'll need 3 of these for each row. So if you've got 12 chocolates, you're going to need 36 of these, 12 of each colour. Okay, and then 12 little squares of cellophane just to protect it from the Oasis, and so the tissue paper doesn't get wet. So you need 36 squares, whatever colour you want, and 12 pieces of cellophane, and they're all 12.5 centimetres squared. Okay. Right, just trying to keep the bench dry because I don't want to get the tissue paper wet. So what you do, you've got your square of tissue, and you literally just fold it across. Just fold it in half like that. So you've got 2 points. Again. So you want one of each colour. So you're just folding. So you're folding the 2 points. So you've got 2 points like that. So you almost got 2 small ones at the top and 2 large ones at the top. So you want 3 of those. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Right. So once you've got those, you then need your chocolate. And these are Ferrero Rocher I'm going to use, but you can use any round sweetie really. I've just used these because they're easiest. But. And then you will need some kebab sticks, some more kebab sticks. So get a good bag, cut it in half and cut it diagonally, so that nice sharp edge is going to go into the bottom of your sweet. So just push it in about a centimetre or so. Alright. And then what I also did with mine, if you want to, you don't have to, you can just leave them with the sweetie so people can see what sort of sweet it is. Morning, Hayley. So you can see what sort of sweet it is, but I actually covered mine as well. So I've just covered mine in a little bit at the top, like that. So just cover it. And then you want to start with your 3. You're going to do like little cones. Just do like a little cone around it. And you just need a little bit of sellotape just to secure it. It doesn't have to be too tidy because it's all going under the bottom of the flower. So you get a little ridge. And then your next colour, and just try and get one of your points in between your other bits, so they don't all look the same. So you want a point in between your other 2 points, if you see what I mean. Right, another little bit of sellotape. So you can see how the flowers are merging. And then the last colour, pink. I just use 3 colours, but use whatever colours you like. You could just do it all red for Valentine's. Alright, so you've got, so I say, so people don't know what sort of sweet it is. They'll probably guess what sweet it is, but morning Colette, morning Chrissy. There we go, so you've got that like that. Alright. And then with your little square of cellophane, just make a little hole in the middle and just put that, and we've basically just putting the cellophane on just to protect the tissue paper, otherwise if it hits the oasis, obviously your tissue paper will go wet. So then just hold, if you hold the sweet in one hand and just pinch, you don't want the stick all coming out, and pinch the other end, and then just put another little bit of sellotape on there just to secure it. Doesn't matter if you squash it a bit because it just pulls out nicely afterwards. So just make sure it's nice and secure on its stem. And then you need a roll of Stemtex. This is the stuff that we use for when we do buttonholing. Morning, Sharon. And this is the Stemtex one, which is the one I like. It's like a crepe paper, but it's like sticky. And then again, put your thumb on the sweet so you're not pushing the sweet out. Hold the Stemtex around the edge. Just go around a couple of times just to secure it. It's sort of sticky, and as you pull it, you want to twist it. So pull and twist. Just go all the way down so it looks like a flower. Morning, Lisa. Morning, morning. So all the way to the end and just pull it off. So that's your sweetie rose. And they're quite simple. So obviously I've already made up. I did these ones a little bit different, but that's fine. I think I've made it a bit more simpler this way. Alright, so we do another one of those. So your other half of your kebab stick, the sharp edge that you cut, just into the bottom of the sweet. Good centimetre in. Again, I covered mine, but if you want to just leave them like that, you can do. Be a bit quicker if you didn't have to do this one as well. But I just wanted to see the. So just pinch it all the way around. And then you've got your 3 petal layers, and just do it different so you don't have the same colours all the time. So start with the pink this time, Morning, Jacqueline. So just go round, and then a little bit of sellotape. Just secure each one, and then maybe the red. And again, with your points, go in between your other points. So where you've got a hole here, you want a point to go in it. Morning, Kavita. So, there we go. So that's 2 colours. You can see they get a bit squashed sometimes, but they just pull out. They just pull them out nicely. And then your third one. A bit of sellotape. It's easy if you've got sellotape on a dispenser. I wouldn't like to be doing this with sellotape not on a dispenser. Morning, Tracy. There we go. So you've got your little flowers. Move that one down a bit. Yeah, so you've got your sweetie in the middle, and it's like a little rose. Morning, Geraldine. And then with your stem text, just hold it at the bottom. Remember to sort of put your thumb on the bottom of the rose and just start it. You don't want to push it off the stick again. And just get you want it to look like the bottom of a rose, really. There you go. And then you just twist. Hold it with one hand. And twist, and this is that's the same for when you do buttonholing for flowers. Okay, so that's your flower. So you'll need, oh, I forgot what I did. I forgot the little cellophane, so just put that one on as well. So you need the cellophane underneath just to just secure that with a bit of sellotape. So we're just putting a little bit of cellophane at the end, because when it goes into the oasis, we don't want the tissue paper getting wet. Otherwise, the tissue paper will just get wet from the bottom and then it just go all soggy. So we've got 12 of these, which we're going to put in, and we're going to put in 12 roses. So that's 2 dozen, symbolic of Valentine's. So we've got these. Morning, Sue. So I'm going to put those to one side first, and then we're going to start greening up the arrangement. So we've got our box, we've lined it with cellophane, and we've got the oasis in, and we've got a bit of oasis at the front, pushing it back so it keeps the lid firm. Alright, so we're just going to green this up now. So I've got my lovely ivy that I love. Just all the way around. Just go around the edge. You want it just sort of going over the edge of the box. So obviously we need it a little bit longer at the front. It's not quite done enough. There's this one. So it's just got little sprigs of ivy. I'm using ivy, but you can use whatever foliage you like. I like ivy because it's local and it's free. I don't have to pay for it. I've got this in my garden as well, which is boxes, which I use a lot of. So we'll just do some of that as well. I remember at the back you had the cellophane in front of the lid, so you just want to make sure you pull that up, and then you can put a bit of greenery at the back. So we'll just put a bit of greenery at the back. Taller one there. You don't want it too tall because obviously you want to see the shape of the heart at the back. Alright, so I've just gone round the edge with some greenery. Just put a little bit through the centre because we've got quite a lot to get in there. But you just put a few little pieces through the centre. So you don't have to cover it. completely. How long do you soak the Oasis with? I think just a couple of minutes until it's you literally just put the brick of Oasis on top of the water and just let it soak down in its own time, and once you can see the water sort of floating over the top, it's done. So about 2-3 minutes, that's all. And if you leave it soaking too long, they do get a bit soft sometimes. If you buy the if you don't buy like the Oasis brand, if you buy the cheaper brands, I've noticed some of those, if you leave them soaking too long, they morning Sandra, they can sometimes go a bit soft. Alright, so it's probably enough greenery in there, I think. So we're going to use our roses, and I'm just going to use 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know why there's 14 in this bunch. That's a funny amount. I got these from Tesco's. These are Tesco's roses, and they're £5 for a bunch. Hand-picked roses, £5 for a bunch. So great value. They're not huge-headed, but they're big enough. They're big enough for this. All right, so you want to cut them on a diagonal, probably about 3 inches, 12 centimetres, and then just dot them around the edge. I'll do a few at the back as well. You don't want them too close, because obviously we're going to be putting the chocolate ones in as well, and they obviously take up quite a bit of space because they're a lot bigger than these. But if you were doing this for Valentine's, you could use you know, best quality. So I'm just putting them around the edge. See what I'm doing? Just putting them around the edge. I'm going to do a few taller ones at the back. So a little bit taller at the back. But make sure you come within the shape of your heart. So remove all the leaves that are going anywhere near. A little bit. You want that one a little bit lower than that one, so you want to keep the shape. I have one more here. It's very difficult trying to do it back to front, but I will. There we go. One more on the side. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 4 more to put through the middle. So I've kind of gone round the edge with the 8 roses. Right. Now, I've got the other 4 through the middle. I'm just putting them, offsetting them a little bit. You don't want them, you want them to sort of go in between. Okay. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, one more, 12. There we go. Morning, Sharon. So you can see that. You just got a nice mixture of the 12 roses. We'll just keep it to 12 and 12, trying to keep it romantic. 12 roses. But say if you did this on Valentine's, then I would use proper Grand Prix roses or Naomi. Maybe we'll do one Valentine's week. If I've got some orders coming through, I'll do one to show you as well with them. Sometimes you might need a bigger hat box for those, but anyway, this size rose is just great for this box. All right. So we've now got our 12 made up chocolates, and we're just going to dot these right the way through. They might be a bit long, so you might need to cut a little bit off. just dot them through. You can see why I did these colours, because they just complement the rose. See? Can you see there? Morning, Hayley. You all right? So we're going to dot these through. I'm just going to turn it around. So the ones at the bottom. Just if you've got any petals that look a bit squashed, just so we're just putting them all the way through. Morning, Yvette. If you put them just a little bit lower than the rose, so that you can still see the roses, because they're quite big, these, and you don't want to not see your beautiful roses. How big were the squares of paper? Oh, they're all 12.5 centimetres, so you need 36. If you've got 12 sweeties, you need 36. You need 3 for each rose, each flower. So either 3 different colours. I use 3 different colours, but you can use 3 the same if you wish. They're nice for Valentine's, just all one colour. Red, or you could use gold. And if you wanted to show the sweetie in the middle, then obviously you don't have to do the centre bit as well. So if you're covering the centre, Kerry, then obviously you'll need 12 extras to cover the centres as well. But you just need 12. You need 3 for the flower petals. There we go. Look at that abundance of pinks, orange and red. Beautiful. Beautiful. You see how quickly that was? What you might need, you might want to just put a little bit of jip in there, just to break it up a little bit. So I might put a little bit of jip in there to see what that looks like. So just a few pieces of jip. If you just want to keep the colour, then don't worry about doing the jip. I quite like it. It just makes it a little bit lighter. We love it. We'll be round to pick it up in half an hour. Nice try, Hayley. Right, so once you've got all your flowers in, it's quite difficult to get a bit of go in between all your cellophanes to find your oasis at the bottom. Just do a few little bits around the edge, just to lighten it up, really. Thanks, Mum. So we did the competition, and it was there was 2 of you that were very close. I think it was Colette. Was it Jane? I think it was Jane with the lovely hand tied, the spring hand tied. I definitely want to try having a go at this. Thank you. Oh yeah, why not? You don't actually need this type of box. You can use any type of chocolate, any type of box. Just go to the pound shops. You'll get boxes, you know, gift boxes. They've probably got some left over from Christmas if you're lucky. Just need a box with a lid, really. If I move it back, there we go. See, and look at those colours. They're 3 colours: orange, red, and pink. Orange and pink, I think, are the most complementary colours you can get, and they just look fantastic, really. See if I need any more drip anywhere. I think I need one more bit over here. Yes, so I'll do the competition later. So anybody that hasn't voted, if you can vote, because I was surprised that there was only 78 votes out of 1,500 members. So I was a bit disappointed with that, I suppose. People have gone out of their way to do an entry, and it would be nice if more people had voted. Morning, Inga. So that's your chocolate box arrangement, really, and that's all there is to it. It's quite simple. Have a go and let me see your versions of it. I'd love to see your versions of it. Put all your versions on the site. The idea is that I show you how to do something and then you can have a go. And if you've got any questions, just ask me. If you put any questions on here and I haven't seen them, I'll answer them afterwards, obviously. But that is my chocolate box arrangement. Wouldn't you just love to receive that? Wouldn't you just love to receive that? Morning, Sinead. You've probably missed the demonstration now, but you can have a look online. You can have a look afterwards. Here we go. So, in a way, you wouldn't really know they were sweeties, would you, until you sort of received it. But the good thing, if you do it like this and you do it, I've seen them done sort of like where they put the chocolates on one side and then the flowers on the other side. And that's nice, but the problem is when you start eating the chocolates, then you get a big hole all on one side. So me. Okay. Yes. You know what? I'm going to give this to Mummy. Mummy, this is for you. All right. For being the best mum in the world. All right. She helps me out an awful lot. And this is going to Mummy Frances Blank, who's watching on here as well. I can still see you're still there. So this is going to you, Mum. All right. And I hope you enjoy it. But don't eat all the sweeties. Otherwise Slim and Well won't be happy. Yeah, sorry Dolores, you're a bit late, but just have a look. Have a look on the morning. You're all coming in a bit late. Never mind. Just watch it. It'll be on live. It'll be on the replay in a minute, so you can have a look. You can have a look then. All right. So morning, Linda. There we go. I've only just joined today. Really enjoy. Thanks. Well, you know, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to show you, to teach you how to do these things yourself. Lucky Mummy, she'll be delighted. Ah, you're very welcome, Mummy. You do a lot for us. So, these are for you, Mummy. And have a good week, everyone. If it's still snowing, go out and play in the snow. If it's not, morning. Mid-morning, Gemma. If not, then curl up with a book, watch a film, have a good weekend. And I will see you all next week. Missed it. Sorry you missed it. But it's all there on the replay. You can watch it on the replay. As soon as we turn off, it goes on live. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Kerry. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you next week. Bye.